You're listening to Lane County Mugshots Uncensored, the podcast, with your host, Michael Weber.
Hey, look, I made it.
And with him usually is Kevin brought you.
You can buy a vowel from Kevin later.
Well, Mike, we are finally live after a little bit of time with some technical difficulties. I don't know, you think you get these things worked out and then they're not.
It kind of is what it is.
It is, yeah.
I sound a little bit like a 1962 AM radio, but boy, earlier I sounded like one that fell into a bathtub.
Well, we started off our show before and then had no audio, so you guys missed all the good stuff. We went over all of the...
I don't even know if we could reproduce that ever again in my life. That was classic comedy we did right there. You couldn't hear it.
So we do have... call-in lines working tonight. Despite what it says on the screen from 6 to 7 p.m. on the ticker below, you actually can call in right now. Mike, tell them what they might get if they do.
Well, as I tried to tell everybody last time, but you couldn't hear me, or better put, nobody was listening. You could win an attractive mug, coffee mug, like this one here.
Highly coveted mug.
Highly collectible. These are going for millions on eBay.
Well, only a limited number of them were produced. Thousands.
Yeah, thousands. And we're down to a few, and we will give a limited amount away tonight to people that actually call in with an actual honest-to-goodness question.
A bona fide question, man. You can't just ask any old thing like, I don't know.
What color are your socks? I'm sorry, you don't get a mug.
It doesn't really work for us.
Talk about something that's happened in the past week, crime-wise, maybe a mug shot you saw that you'd like to discuss. There was a couple of doozies.
Yeah. Or stump the host, ask us questions, and if we don't know the answer, then go down to the gorge. I don't know the answer to that.
It's not going to be that hard to get one of us to go like, huh?
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to go ahead and get right into it, Mike.
Well, here we are, an hour and 15 minutes late.
Yep.
Where are we at?
We are going to go into the offenders that we have typically been covering during the show. So we'll get through that one as quickly as we can to move on to some more exciting topics. But we definitely want to tell people about the latest sex offenders in the Lane County Jail, March 8th through the 21st. So this basically covers the 2-week period since our last show.
Well, it happens.
Well, let's dig in. One of the things that we did, starting with the last show, is that we now are doing it in such a way where we are highlighting first just these folks, the failure to report. That one, essentially the way that works is these are people that have been picked up for other reasons, but then they also have not reported in. So
they are guilty as charged. It is a violation. This isn't, we're going to go to trial. No, they are guilty of failure to report.
Exactly. So no new crime committed, except for whatever crime that they got picked up on. So we can go ahead and just chat a little bit about this one here. Kenneth Alfred Beck, driving under the influence and then failure to report as a sex offender, reckless driving. So these are ones, again, he was probably doing something, he was driving drunk.
Yeah.
And then,
allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. And then gets picked up and then winds up on our show again for failure to appear. So, and then moving on to the 9th. Now this fellow we've seen before. So I think he was on our last show. He got picked up again, Richard Dean Taylor.
Richard has been getting arrested about twice a week.
It seems that way. I see him a lot on our mug shots right now.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to exaggerate it. Somebody wants to correct me, that's fine. But it really seems like it's several times a week now that we see Richard. And he's been arrested so much in the past couple weeks that they are no longer posting a different mugshot.
They just use the same one. I noticed that.
They're reusing one from weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is exactly the same one that we had featured on our show just not too long ago.
Yes.
So anyway, stop doing whatever you're doing, Richard. I think you're getting back into the mug shots again. We'd like to not see you again. Yes. Moving on, Dean Brian Thorpe, picked up for a variety of different things here. Criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and looks like open container situation there. And so once again, you get featured on the mugshots. And in our show again, even though no new sex crime was committed, this is other crimes, but it brings that to light again. So
It does.
hey, I don't know how to emphasize this enough, you guys. Stay the hell home.
Yeah, don't go out.
Don't go do new things, because that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and then you get put up for this. What you do is you just do what you have to do and report to your, keep up your registration.
Right.
And nobody will see that you've not registered. Just do your thing.
And this is how eventually you get out of the public spotlight. But if you keep going and doing stupid things again, you're going to wind up back on the shows. So,
True.
Daniel Troy Bishop on the 12th, criminal trespass. Did I already do this one? I don't remember if we.
I don't know.
The charges seem very similar to the last
It just
one.
starts to become a blur.
Yeah, but another failure to report. And then Desiree Michelle Marcana Durest, if I am saying that properly. Also, failure to report as a sex offender, failure to register on theft charges as well. So, and that kind of takes us. Oh no, we have one more here. Devin Michael Olin, failure to report as a sex offender along with a meth charge.
Oland. Let's not say Owen for his last name. I don't know.
Did I mess that up?
No, it just caught me. It sounded like Michael Owen, and I thought my mom was.
No, man. I don't want to say that. Okay, I understand what you're saying there.
Yeah.
So now we're going to move on to the actual alleged sex crimes, and these are the new ones, the new things that have popped up here in the last several days. So 2 weeks of crimes that we're talking about tonight. So David Allen Bick, sex abuse.
Bick.
So yeah.
Heir to the lighter millions. Maybe it's spelled improperly.
Possibly, Mike. Always with the quips, aren't you?
I know, yeah. I think I'm funny, but I'm not.
Yeah. So first degree sex abuse, but sodomy involved in that particular case. And we have Bradley Earl Crook. We're encouraging child sex abuse in the first degree. And,
as always, alleged.
Right. And David Anthony McCoy on the 12th for sex abuse. It says failure to report. That's incorrect there below, but the charge above is correct, sex abuse. And same thing for the next slide. I'm going to have to sack the guy that makes the slides.
Pre-production has just been slacking. I don't know. I think that new guy needs to get fired.
We'll work on that. Anyway, Hobson, Matthew Mason, also another failure to report. And they're not, see, we didn't even get any pictures with this. I don't even know why we weren't able to get some of the photos, because usually we have those. But unfortunately, these did not appear.
It happens.
Yeah. And then online sexual corruption of a child is for Kevin James, Levon Mitchell. So that happened on the 15th.
Jeez.
Yeah. That's, you would think we were done, right? We keep thinking that we just get through these things in a few minutes, but the problem is
that we can't just keep doing this segment every 2 weeks. I'm like, well, it's got to be like nobody got arrested.
I would love for there to be a time when we don't have this segment on the show.
Yeah,
because
make it happen.
It's really disturbing, really, to even go through these. Luring a minor. Online sexual corruption of a child. 2, that's Nathan James Haskett. Alleged charges. And Chad Stephen Swagel, online sexual corruption of a child as well on the 16th. So
just seems like stuff you could avoid.
All right. And one of the things that we are including now, Mike, in the show is the arresting agency. Hey, you know what, Mike? We have a caller. Somebody wants to win that mug, is what I'm guessing.
You'll have to answer it. I don't know how anymore.
This call may be monitored or recorded for quality assurance.
Congratulations. You've won a mug, and you're on the show. Welcome.
What? That's awesome. I was definitely not expecting to win anything.
It happens.
Who are we talking to?
This is Mike Beavers, actually. I have a fun question for you guys. So my question would be, since you guys seem to know a lot about the community, I actually do a UFO hunter show out here, interviewed people from ancient aliens, unsolved mysteries, all kinds of stuff like that.
So we're doing a plug. We're doing a plug for your alien UFO stuff, then, right? This isn't a question.
Well, kind of, but my question is, have you guys ever seen something completely unidentifiable?
No.
Do you believe there could be something out there?
No, it's just kind of not part of crime and mugshots.
Yeah, it's not part of the show, but
Gosh, I was so
yeah,
close.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as I heard
mug
your
for that
name,
one.
I had a feeling that we were going to go into,
Yeah, let's
I
get
want to
that one.
believe. Thanks.
Yeah, we'll just
That was cute.
yeah.
That was cute. Yeah, if you want to promote yourself,
That's not what this show is for. So
you win no mug
Yeah.
promoting yourself.
yeah,
You know,
I've seen some strange stuff, Mike. I will say that there, but that's not what this is about. So
yeah, we tried to explain that, but
all right. Well, we have our first caller and our first gong very quickly,
yeah,
Mike. It's
that
amazing
happens.
how that goes.
Hey, at least
But
we
let's-
got a caller. He
Yeah, I
gave us
know.
his real name because
Yeah.
the minute I heard it, I was like,
Right, but we still have. I mean, we have the mugs, you guys. So call, be part of the
How do
show.
we
Just
got
don't be,
mugs?
just don't be that guy. 541-255-3665.
if you're promoting
You-
politics, aliens,
Yeah.
presidential elections, this is the
I was
wrong place
excited,
to
Mike.
call.
I was really disappointed.
I know,
I
I
thought
thought
we
this
were like
guy
have
was-
a call, and
This
it's
guy's
like,
gonna have like an awesome question. Can you explain to us how when someone is released? No. Do you believe in aliens?
Yeah.
No, I believe in mugshots.
All right, luring
Back
back
to
to
the-
reality.
back to,
This fellow here, and we'll go ahead and move on
Haskett.
to the next slide here. So, Chad Stephen Swiggle, we actually I think had already done that.
We
one.
did,
And,
yeah. All right.
we just got interrupted. So
Interrupted by a
yeah.
UFO.
That brings us to 13 for this time, Mike. We had 11 last time, the 2 weeks. So, what do you think that takes us up to now, man?
I don't know. I mean, what day are we in this year? I don't even know. I mean, I know what day of the month we're in, but
Right, yeah.
we're not even 90 days in, right?
I think we were already 80 days in the year so far, and 63 offenders through the Lane County Jail. So
Just don't
many
know.
of those are failure to report, but a lot of those are new crimes. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. This has got to...
Yeah. All right, Mike. So we will move on to the next subject.
What do we got? What do we got, Kevin?
Well, we have
No, not UFOs.
an update on the Springfield homicide investigation. We covered this on our show, I believe, 2 weeks ago.
We did.
Yeah, no, I don't have all the details of what, but there has been an arrest made in this particular case. Is that right, Mike?
There's
the
not really an
caretaker.
arrest. The guy was stopped in Reedsport and wouldn't get out of the car. His passenger did.
And not this guy that we're showing here. This is the guy that actually was.
Oh, the guy, the caretaker himself.
himself, yeah.
Yes, he's been identified, and the person that has confessed to it
Okay.
was identified as the man in Roseburg.
Okay.
That was
It's an amazing case of just happened and nobody knew what was going on, where it was just very mysterious, this caretaker of the community gardens and then over in Springfield. Is that correct?
yes. The person who confessed to killing him said that the reason that he killed him was that he shined a flashlight on him. The caretaker shined a flashlight on him in the dark and asked him what he was doing, so he shot him. Like, that is just...
For no real good reason.
So
It's
no
a
good reason.
senseless death. I mean, there's never really a good reason. Oh, hey, look what. We have another call. Somebody wants that mug, Mike.
This call
Yeah.
may be monitored or
I'm gonna bet
recorded
it's-
for quality assurance.
Hopefully it's not...
Welcome to the show. You're on Lane County Mugshots Uncensored. Who are we talking to?
My name's Bonnie.
Hi, Bonnie. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm wondering, have you guys done any monitoring to see or have any information to see, as far as these sex offenders go, are they getting much jail time? Are they, what level of prosecution is currently happening? Do you have any idea? Have you guys watched that at all?
Are you
From
asking for...
mugshot
Yeah, are you
to
asking
trial?
about... Yeah, are you asking about the one's failure to... report or the other ones?
The new ones, yeah.
The new charges. We've followed some of them when they pop back up into the news. A lot of these, it seems to take quite a bit of time to get them to trial and to sentencing. And a lot of times that can be up to a year or more. They rarely happen very quickly. So some of the problem is, even if you try to keep monitoring monitoring them at some point after, 200 days, and you're like, well, I forgot to check, and then it becomes a habit to not check. They come back up in the news quite frequently, and we do try to make sure that people find out about when they are convicted and what the sentence is, because how they do that is you get convicted, and then there's another court proceeding to be sentenced to decide the amount of time or what the punishment will be. So we try to follow those in most cases, but the length of time is so huge, a lot of people will forget.
We could do a better job at that for sure. That I would
We
say,
could.
yeah, and that might be something that we work on, definitely. Bonnie, you've won a mug. You are the first person with a bona fide question on our show. So
Thank you for not asking about aliens, Bonnie.
we do want to get your
Not
contact
about.
information.
Go ahead, Bonnie. What else do you got?
Yep. Did you have another one?
That's everything. No, I just wanted to know about that, just to see whether or not they have, especially when it's online crimes, like some of the ones that you had just posted. I was kind of wondering.
Exactly. Yeah. So more follow up is kind of what you're maybe looking for there, huh?
Yeah, just to see whether or not there is the sufficient punishment for the crime.
We'll start trying to keep track of some of these. I mean, like it said, how many have we done? 63
I know,
this
it's amazing,
year.
yeah.
And we'll try to keep track of some of these ones with a larger amount. But I mean, by the end of the year, at the rate we're going, we will probably have 250, new sex crimes, new suspects. So it's kind of hard to follow them, which is a shame that we're getting this many this quickly. Right, like
Definitely keeps us busy. That's for certain. So,
Yeah.
Bonnie, I think we will make sure that you get a mug. Somehow we want to make sure that we are able to contact you. Maybe you can maybe just leave a quick comment in the thread or something like that, so we know how to find you.
And then we'll message you, and you can privately give us your address or mailing address. It doesn't have to be your address, P.O. box or whatever, where you'd like your mug sent, and we will have that sent to you.
Thank you so much.
Sweet, yeah.
You bet. Thank you for calling, Bonnie.
Well, that's awesome, Mike. We'll get other people in the show. In fact, let's give out some other mugs while
Really?
we're at it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
let's give away your mug. 541-255-3665. You even get what's in the mug.
No, you may not have my mug or what's in it. Don't make me release it.
All right. Well,
But yeah, we've got some more mugs to give.
we'll give them away. Yeah.
We'll let you know when we run out. They're still making them right over there in the corner.
All right, Mike, we're going to transition again. And
Yay!
so we had this come up. It was a question right here in the group from Pandora Robinson. Wanted to know, just starting a thread for folks recommending the best cameras to use for your front porch or just around your home, stuff like that.
Did you come up with a recommendation?
Well,
I
I do.
believe the sturdy standby is Ring.
Actually, what I'm really hoping for is that maybe some people will put in the comments and suggest some of the things that they might be interested, what they would recommend. And I'll go ahead and tell you what my recommendation is. After doing a lot of online research, I started getting into the Arlo cameras. The Arlo 2 Pros, I think, are probably the ones that I got in at. I think they're up to the 3 now. But they work very well. They're wireless, so you don't have to worry about trying to run wires all the way back to some kind of a centralized unit, which kind of has its advantages.
Do they take batteries since they're wireless?
They definitely do. And that's kind of the downside for those kinds of cameras. If you go for, say, the wireless there with the battery, depending on the way that you use the features, how you have your sensitivity set when it starts recording, those kinds of things, a battery could last you anywhere from 2 weeks to, say, maybe 6 weeks or something like that. Which is kind of to go and recharge the battery every 6 weeks even. And if it's 2 weeks, seems pretty excessive. So I wound up running power to the cameras. It's really easy because it just runs off of a USB. So you just get a simple USB with an extension cord and
just plug it in.
run the power to it. And so, but if you have to do that for all of the cameras around your house, then you might even say, well, I might as well have just paid for wired cameras and gotten wired cameras. So there's pros and cons. to that kind of a setup. And the other pros and cons relate to what they call the DVR unit. So a lot of the wired cameras will have a unit. Everything kind of filters into there, and then you can set it up for how it records and how long it keeps the videos and things like that. Whereas the wireless system all works with the cloud. The cloud is the magic place where your files can go.
Everything can go.
So there's an advantage there to having stuff in the cloud. You don't have to have a unit at home doing whatever. But the disadvantage is that if the internet isn't working, you can't get to the stuff.
You can't look at your cloud.
Yeah. So there's certainly pros and cons, I would say, to the different types of cameras. As far as good places to get them, Costco, super good place. I highly recommend checking out Costco if you're a member there. Even Walmart,
Walmart online, it seems to me like Walmart online offers you everything that the world offers if you get online, and it's cheaper.
Yeah. Somehow or another, even if they don't sell it in the store, they can somehow get it to you. So, was hoping that maybe we'd get some other people to answer and give their suggestions in the comments for cameras. We didn't cover actual doorbell style, which I think is what the post was mentioning. And of course, the Ring doorbells are super popular. I would probably say go that route if you were going to.
Ring seems to be pretty affordable. A lot of good programming, easy. You could check it on your phone no matter where you are, as long as you have cell service.
Exactly.
And it alerts you.
Yeah. The thing that I would say is the difficulty with the Rings is that if you start to get into a little bit more of the home automation, you typically want to stick with whatever brand that you're going with. So, like for instance, I mentioned the Arlo cameras that I use here. I would then probably want to get an Arlo doorbell so that I didn't have to have two separate apps. That's the kind of thing that I'm saying there. So, anyway, little tip from me to you, at least for what I know, and then hopefully you're getting some good answers in the comments, Pandora.
Yeah, I mean, because there's got to be a lot of people on limited budgets that are getting the most for the bang for their buck, and other people who will let you know if you've got money to spend where you should spend it.
Yeah.
So it's good to get a variety of answers.
So 541-255-3665. We still have mugs to give away. I mean, you could just make up a question practically and win a free mug.
I love Bonnie. She had like in-depth questions. She's concerned and she would like to know what's going on.
Decent question.
We're going to try to keep track of, maybe try to follow some of these key offenders or cases that we see so that we can give her some feedback on what goes on with those.
I like that. Keeps us on our toes, and it tells us what people are interested in. So that follow up. And that is one of the things that is sometimes hard to get with regular news programming, because a lot of the times you hear a 30-second clip on the news, but then you never hear about it again. Or you might, but it's not the day you're watching. So anyway,
could be.
We're going to move on. Mike, tell us a little bit what you know about these guys.
I wish I knew more. But these two have been accused of stealing, I believe, both those vehicles. The wording on the post was a little, in a way, ambiguous. It said to look out for these cars, and I'm assuming they're both stolen because they seem to have placards from that car lot. These two are accused of being the suspects involved in this with those vehicles missing. These
it's actually
are
pretty good pictures. You don't usually get that off of security footage.
These are great pictures. I mean, the female in the picture has some type of tattoo near her eye on the left side. She has some tattooing on her chest. The male, a great picture of him, very distinctive look. These are people to look out for, and if you find something, contact police or contact the Oregon Auto Group at 541-603-2277.
And there's a reward offered in this one, Mike.
No way. It says reward offered.
Yeah.
Look, here's some easy money, and these are clear pictures. Most of the time we get pictures, number one, The bad guys are wearing masks no
Usually.
matter what.
Yeah, I know. These days,
Outside,
especially.
6 feet apart. Not to get into all of that, but the bad guys typically always wear masks because that's easy. And then usually what we refer to as potato pictures. Blurry, pixelated, like that could be anybody. That could be me. That could be anybody.
Usually the banks are the ones that have the worst photos, and I don't know why it is that they have such crappy surveillance systems when the Radio Shack's cameras are like, you know.
Radio Shack's got an 8K picture that you can blow up to the size of a bulletin board.
Whatever happened to Radio Shack?
I think you can still buy stuff online.
Yeah, I think you're right. They
No
do have
more
an
stores.
online existence, but I mean, you could probably find a lot of the stuff we're talking about at the Radio
Somebody
Shack.
has got to know these two people. I mean, this is pretty easy stuff. These are great pictures.
Yeah.
And I would just love to see the female, if she is indeed, part of this. I would like to see her mugshot without the smile. That would be good feeling for the community.
Yeah, no doubt. So if you guys,
somebody
knows, yes. I'm sure that it won't be long before they're brought to justice.
You bet.
Yeah. Well, Mike, we also have something else to
What do
chat
we have?
about here. Have you
What
seen
is
these
this?
things? Have you?
I have.
These things are pretty cool looking.
Nothing against the Eugene Police Department. I mean, I totally can wrap my head around why we need that. I mean, we don't need high horsepower pursuit vehicles for every aspect of what the Eugene Police does, where they need to be transported from point A to point B to get around town dry. But I will say that this is like a little clown car. It is so cute. It's just incredibly cute. And obviously, this is not a pursuit vehicle. I mean, if you jump into your 2015 Challenger and you're like, I'm getting away from this bank robbery, this is not what they're sending.
Right, yeah, absolutely.
This might get sent to, somewhere near where they're at if there's an accident, This is not a pursuit
This is one
vehicle.
of apparently many different, well, I don't know how many, but there's a couple of different types of vehicles that EPD
They
purchased
have.
with this particular thing. So
They have. Do we have some?
yeah, let's go ahead and play the video.
Roll that fine.
And when you think about the leadership role that this city has taken and kind of climate recovery and the climate recovery ordinance that we've had for several years now, the police department needs to also do its part to be able to fulfill some of those responsibilities and some of those goals by having hybrid vehicles for the first time in our patrol fleet, and also the electric vehicles and pedal assist vehicles for our downtown core. So easy to park, it's going to be easy to fit it into small spaces, get officers around, and I think that'll feel good for the downtown core, is to be able to see officers more often, whether it's on foot or on bike or in the gym. We're just really excited about that opportunity and look forward to technology continuing to grow and advance so we can actually do more of this into the future.
Everything to be some high horsepower pursuit vehicle. There's plenty of things the police do where
Whatever suits the purpose of that particular vehicle, right?
and we now have some bikes that are kind of electric, pedal electric ones, and those have a place. I think instead of spending big giant money on high horsepower vehicles, that this is an answer to some of the problems, because we see it all the time. I mean, the police have to answer a multitude of calls. Right. Some of them are not, we need to be there at 180 miles an hour in 4 seconds.
Right.
And like I said, it's still that's just cute. It's so not typically a police vehicle. It makes me laugh.
Right.
But I'm not laughing at the reasons and what's that's helping within their budget.
I get you. Yeah, I'm excited to see this. I think
it's
it's a really
cute.
good step in the right direction. Definitely Eugene. This is something Eugene would do. And
It is. And it's a 4-door. They can still arrest somebody
They've
and
got
throw
a
them
new
up in the back.
paint scheme of some kind too. I think I've noticed in some of the vehicles.
They've got a kind of a faded stripe there at the bottom. I'm liking that a lot.
Yeah, totally. All right.
There it is.
Yeah, that was just took it off the screen. I saw this post today. This is something that came through my feed. It was just a little reminder that it won't be long before the waterways are open up and the marinas. People will be out on their boats.
Yes, time to.
Spring is coming, and I'm excited about that too. It's just nice to be able to get out. I actually ate at a restaurant for the first time yesterday, Mike, with a family. It was really nice to actually do that again.
It has been cool. I took the family out to eat the other day too, just for the simple fact of being able to do it. It had been so long since we'd been indoors.
It felt normal again. It was really nice.
Good.
Yeah,
it was good to feel normal.
Yeah. So as part of the normal, as far as the getting into summer and stuff like that, people will be out boating around. Just a reminder, of course, don't drink and boat. It's not a good thing either, right?
Yeah, it's just the same bad as drinking and driving. You can't do it. Don't do it. You can try, but you're going to get a hefty ticket.
Well, we're going to remind callers one more time that we have the call lines open and mugs available to give away. 541-255-3665. And you could win a mug. All you have to do is call with a bona fide question. So,
yeah.
Mike, it was kind of a short show tonight because we didn't have a lot going on in the last couple of weeks like we do have some of the times, but I wanted to cover some of the lost and found.
Yes, that's always a good one to bring up because people lose pets, and this is terrifying to lose your pet.
Lane County Mugshots Lost and Found. It's another group on Facebook that's separate from the main one. You can go there and find out all you want to know as far as lost pets, found pets, ones that are showing up at Green Hill, Paw Boost, those kinds of things. I had that right. This kitty here found near Chase Village just on the 20th here in Eugene. Very friendly, well-fed, and fairly clean kitty. Almost positive that she is a she. The description is a gray tan tabby. Right ear has cutouts. So it might be a way to identify your kitty over in the Chase Village area.
Yeah, it does look like the cat's got a couple, like a notch, a little notch missing.
Exactly. So, and then over here, this pooch over in Santa Clara off of Suburban Avenue has no collar. That's the only information that we were able to find on that particular one.
That's a pretty good picture.
Yeah, exactly. So, but that's on Lane County Mugshots Lost and Found, and that's actually a public group. You don't have to, you can join the group, but you don't actually have to be a member to see the posts. And so if you share from that group, then other people can click on see them, which is not typical of a group unless it's made public. So
yeah, it is a public group. That is the greatest thing about it is anybody can share. You don't even have to be a member. Just go to the group, browse it. You see something that maybe attracts your attention. You want to pass that on to your Facebook friends. Share it. Anybody can.
And we see that all the time. People being reunited with their pets. The group is very effective for that reason.
It seems to work.
The largest lost and found in Lane County. So.
Well, and I mean, we like to think of it. We often say it is the largest lost and found, but what I think about it is it's a piece of a network that we have going on. There are other people that have lost and found.
Right.
We share their posts. Those people share our posts. So we're more of a network. I mean, this isn't a money-making endeavor. This makes absolutely no money. And along with the other people in this town that have lost and found groups, it's not about money. We're trying to help people. And so we will always share each other's stuff, and that makes it a huge network. So we may be the largest group, but we are part of a network that's helping to reunite people with their pets and lost items.
Awesome. So Lane County Mugshots Lost and Found. Well, you know what, Mike? It is time to find out what's in your hand.
Here it is.
What's in Mike's hand?
I tell you what's in my hand is a Lane County Mugshot mug.
That you could win.
You could win if you
called
in.
us right now.
It would not come with the excellent drink I have here.
Whoa.
So today, usually I have what it is in my hand, but today, since we are promoting giving these mugs away for free, all you have to do is call us and ask a question, a legitimate question about something to do, crime, mug shots, somebody called about sex offenders, totally legitimate question. aliens and UFOs,
Not.
not our deal. Okay, it's just not the thing that we do here. It's and it's not even a stump us question. If you want to try to stump us with something, that was also a reasonable alternative to having a legitimate crime question. But back to this, what's in here? What I have in there is Kraken spiced rum. It's,
You got the Kraken, man. Check it out.
I released a little bit of Kraken into this mug, and it has a great bouquet. It's not harsh. It's got a really good vanilla flavor to it. I enjoyed the shot I had with ice. It's not bad.
One of these days, we're going to start. At least you're going to start getting paid for this segment.
Yeah,
You're gonna
I'm
talk
pretty
about
sure
this,
this Kraken company, if I asked them, they'd be like, "Yeah, just bugger off. We don't care what you drink. We don't care what you say about it. But it's Kraken. It comes in a cool little jug of sorts. But it's great. Probably go well with Coca-Cola or hot toddy or maybe even eggnog for those that like eggnog.
I have to enjoy a little bit of that after the show, Mike.
You bet.
Yeah. Well, we're about ready to wrap up for the evening, so let us just tell you a little bit about this. This is where all the good, fun magic happens. Lane County Mug Shots, our website. So this is where you can see all kinds of things besides mug shots. Call logs for police, fire. We also have traffic cams linked in there, all kinds of stuff. So
We do. Not all of them. One day I was like, yeah, all the Lane County traffic cams. No, they're not actually. And someone called me out on that, and I'm glad they did.
no, are we missing some? Do we?
I guess we're missing a ton of them. But we have a lot of...
We'll have to fix that too.
Yeah, we have a great majority of them.
Okay. No, definitely. Also on the site, you can check out our goods, shirts, hats, hoodies, mugs, and give us your ideas.
Yeah,
for
if you don't want
things
to
that you'd
call
like
in
to
with a
have.
question, and we're still on the air if you
Yeah.
want to call in. But if you don't want to call in, you can just buy a mug.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, we'll make
supplies
it
last.
easy while supplies
Yeah,
last.
we don't
you
have
can-
many of these rare mugs, Mike. So
They're rare because I believe the next time we're going to change them up a bit.
Yeah.
So these are a limited edition.
Ways to listen to us. Lane County Mugshots Uncensored. The podcast is on iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Pandora, Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. And if that weren't enough, you can also catch us on Eugene Talk Radio, YouTube, and Facebook. And with that, Mike, LaneCountyMugshots.com is where you can find us online, lcmugs.com if you don't want to type that in. Thank you so much for joining us. We
bet.
are out. Thanks. Until next time.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, as always. And as always, don't forget to spay and neuter your pets. Keep it simple. Be kind to each other. I'll just keep talking. It'll probably just fade out. Nobody wanted to hear any of this anyway, but...
No, it's they can hear us, Mike.
Oh, no, they can't. Yeah, I'm aware they can hear us, but at some point you're going to cut me off. I can see you got your hand on the buttons.